A good afternoon, or afternoon video, well, just because. Now, couple team announcements. The men's team will be announced Tuesday. Yeah, seen that yesterday somewhere. They will be announced Tuesday, and I knew I was missing other sports. Missed the freestyle skiing. Hasn't been announced yet, and that's supposed to be tomorrow. The aerials, moguls, half pipe, slope style, and big air. So, yeah, the freestyle is supposed to be tomorrow, and the men's hockey Tuesday, and I think that will be it. I don't know how many Olympic athletes we're sending at the moment, and we'll find out the flag bearer the closer we are to Beijing, and that's about 12 or 13 days away now, I think. Let's see, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 days. Well, 11 and a half. But yeah, getting close. Now, speaking of Olympics, the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid. The second time they've hosted. Yeah, this is the 13th edition of the Winter Olympics. They were held from February 13th to 24th. 37 nations and 1,072 athletes. 172, yeah, no. Yeah, some of the venues that were used from 1932 were renovated and used again. This was the last games in which the host city had less than 15,000 inhabitants. Obviously, every subsequent games had way more than that. Eric Hayden, 5 gold medals in speed skating. 5. In all of them. I think it's either 500, the 1,000, the 1,500, the 5,000, and the 10,000. Ooh. I think that still stands. I think. And yeah, I think it still stands. I'll have to look that up. I think it still stands. 3 nations are making their Winter Olympics debut here. China's first Winter Olympics, Costa Rica's first Winter Olympics, and Cyprus their first ever Olympics. The miracle on ice happened at these games. The USA knocked off the Soviet Union 4-3 in their second to last game. So what happened there is they were in 2 groups. The U.S. and Sweden were in one group and they tied. Results carried over into the final round, and Soviet Union had Finland and also moved on, and the Soviet Union beat Finland. So that first game in the final round was U.S. versus Soviet Union. And as I mentioned, they won 4-3. And right there at the end of the game, ABC had the coverage. Al Michaels said his famous line, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. As the seconds wound down. And Ken Dryden was the former Habs goalie, was commentating it. That game was in the afternoon, and they had tape delayed it to the evening, and Dryden and Al Michaels had stuck around. They wasn't sure if they were gonna air it, so they stuck around and did the Sweden versus Finland game, which that game ended up tied. Sweden had 2 points and Finland now has 1, and they did end up airing the USA versus Soviet Union game. The last game, US's last game was against Finland the next day or the day after. Yeah, Finland I think was up 2-1 after 2 periods, and U.S. coach Herb Brooks was just got after his team. He's like, if you don't win this game, this is on you. This goal, because he kind of figured the Soviet Union would beat Sweden in their last game, which they did 8-1. The U.S. ended up scoring 3 goals in the third period, won 4-2, basically giving them the gold medal. Finished the tournament with 5 points. No, was it 6 or 1, 3, 5 points? Yes. Soviet Union later beat Sweden for silver. Gave them 4 points. Sweden had finished with 2 in Finland. So that's how that happened. So there's a story of. By the way, the U.S. team was a bunch of college kids. And Mike Eruzione was on the team. Ken Morrow, future NHL, or Ken Morrow, who won some Stanley Cups with the Islanders. Jim Craig. I think Neil Broughton was on that team too. Mark Johnson. Later on, Mark Johnson asked met up with one of the former Soviet players who was on the Soviet team. He asked him why he didn't pull his coach didn't pull his goalie. Soviet player responded, "Coach crazy." Best answer ever. Anyway, so that's that story there. Hanny Wenzel of Liechtenstein won her country's first 2 gold medals in alpine skiing. Don't know if it was first 2 golds ever or for the first 2 in alpine skiing, but yeah. Soviet Union finished with the most golds with 10. Along with 6 silver and 6 bronze, they ended up with 22. Germany, who had 1 fewer gold, 9, also had 7 silver and 7 bronze. They finished with 23 total. So Soviet Union won the most golds and East Germany won the most overall medals. The U.S. had 6 gold, 4 silver, 2 bronze. For 12. And I think Eric Hayden ended up winning 5 of those 6. And the men's hockey team won the other one. Canada won a silver and a bronze. 2 medals. Gaetan Boucher won the silver in the men's 1,000 meter speed skating, and bronze came from Steve Podborski in downhill. So yeah. Got the Miracle on Ice story, got the team announcement schedule up, and until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 1984 Winter Olympics from Sarajevo in what is now Bosnia and Herzegovina, or was then Yugoslavia. Until tomorrow, later.